Hello and welcome to another edition of Buffett Backstories. I am Scott Atwell. The Key West Bight. Oh, what a sight. Mega yachts and glossy charter boats and the highest grossing restaurant in all of Monroe County, bringing in more than $1 million a month. My, how things have changed. When Jimmy Buffett landed here a half-century ago, this was a working waterfront where the shrimp boats tied up to the pilings, a gritty and sometimes dangerous place with bars like the Big Fleet, where shrimpers could blow off steam just like Jimmy described in the song A Woman Going Crazy on Caroline Street, which is the street that runs right alongside the bight. Eventually, the shrimp boats moved out to Stock Island and the bight began to evolve. Jimmy even returned here with his first Margaritaville store. It's a tourist shop today, right across from the half-shell Raw Bar, where Jimmy could get his oysters and beer for dinner every day of the year. Margaritaville may have moved to Duval Street, but Jimmy still has a presence here in the Key West Bight. This little building used to be an ice house, but in 1988, Jimmy began renting it from the city and turned it into his recording studio, Shrimp Boat Sound. Hot Water was the first album recorded here. Of all the people who've come through these doors, perhaps the most interesting is the least known. His name is Mishka Frith, and when he was 4 years old in St. Bart's, he was the inspiration for Jimmy's song Chanson pour Les Petits Enfant. Well, Mishka grew up to be a pretty popular reggae artist, and he circled back into Jimmy's universe, signing with Mailboat Records, which brought him here to record. He decided to cover one of Jimmy's songs, Trying to Reason with the Hurricane Season. When I had him on my radio program, I asked him, of all the songs, how did he come up with that one?
You know, when you grow up listening to music, sometimes like these songs are more than songs. They're like little capsules of time and place and feeling that you remember from being very young. You know, before you had, you know, the kind of logical sense of the world, or you know, like it was just kind of like from a dream time, if I could put it in such terms, if you know what I mean. And I was actually considering doing two songs. I was either going to do that or Son of a Sailor, and I was talking to my daughter, and I was like, which one do you think I should do? And I played her my version of both. You know, I played it on acoustic, like, and she was like, oh no, do the Hurricane Season one.
Squalls out on the Gulf Stream, big storm is coming soon. I passed out in Miami, gotta slip to it past noon. I stood up and tried to focus. I hoped I wouldn't have to look far.
Well, wherever you get your streaming music, do yourself a favor and look up Mishka Frith. You won't regret it. And if that wasn't enough, his sister is named Heather Nova. She sold more than 2 million albums, and she was also part of that group that welcomed Jimmy to St. Bart's back in the late 1970s. That'll do for this edition of Buffett Backstories from the Key West Bight. Oh, what a sight. I'm Scott Atwell. Fins up, everybody.